As soon as someone hits you with like a finding yourself quote, single. Easy.
Yep.
Single.
No, but that's a fact.
yourself.
Oh, you're looking for yourself? Single. You're single then. Yo, welcome to episode 27.
Eight.
I knew that.
28.
Episode 28 of Date Night with youtwotv and friends. Marie and Eric are in the building today.
I think we're considered youtwotv.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
The dream team.
The dream
Yeah,
team.
right?
Yeah.
Okay,
The
so
dream
just
team.
youtwotv.
Yeah.
No friends.
We're not friends, to be clear.
They're youtwotv now. They're part of the gang. How you guys doing?
Good.
Wednesday. It's nice.
It's Wednesday. We're drinking at 1 p.m.
Mm-hmm.
Why not?
It's never a wrong time to drink though,
No.
right?
Definitely
Now that everybody works from home, I just feel like everyone's drinking at 1 p.m.
It doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
Facts.
Yeah.
So today I was doing my hair, right?
Mm.
And then I went to go put on my my product into my hair. So I put it in my hands and I started rubbing it together. And I put it on my face. I just put it all on my face. And I was like, yo, this feels really thick and dry. And my first thought was it might be expired. So I just continued. I continued rubbing
This
it
isn't
in.
moisturizer.
I'm like rubbing it in. And then I go and reach for my actual clay for my hair. And then I grab the moisturizer. I'm like, oh, fuck. And then it took me like 20 minutes to get it off my face.
Wow.
So, yeah. And that
Good
was
job.
before I started drinking. So,
Yeah, there you
Who
go.
knows what you're going to do after that, baby?
Yeah.
Right? You never know.
Yay.
How about you guys?
I had a
Normal-
really
normal
great,
morning?
productive morning.
That's good.
Amazing.
Yeah, yesterday was a full moon. So
Oh, my God. What does that mean, Jazz?
I let all my crystals bathe in the moonlight and I got them moon cleansed. And then I woke up and I set intentions with every single crystal that I have, which is
Whoa.
not a lot. I have like 10. And,
10 crystals.
no, I think I have like 8. And then I like set my intentions and did all that stuff. Wow, turn off your phone.
I'm sorry, man.
And then I got some work done and then I woke you up.
Talk about setting your intentions for people that don't know how
Yeah.
to do that.
So it's especially great. Well, I mean, you should do it every day, but it's especially great to do it during like a full moon, because of all that energy that's happening in the
Mhm.
universe. So like some intentions I'll set is like a lot of like manifestations. Yesterday what I did was I wrote my name down on a piece of paper and I wrote everything that I want to be.
Mm-hmm.
Like whether it's like I am confident, I am whatever, like
Mhm.
all these affirmations of the person that I want to be, and then you're supposed to burn it, and you're supposed to
Oh.
let it like ash in the wind. And it was
What
so
the-
funny. So I did that yesterday,
Okay.
and so it was like
I
burning.
wasn't aware of this.
And I think
I
you
didn't
were
know this was
playing,
going down.
Yeah. So I let it like burn, right? And I guess you're supposed to like burn it in something
Yeah.
and then let it like fly away.
Uh-oh.
But I'm like, it's like burning in my hand, and I'm like, this is going really close to my fingertips. and so then I let it go, and it's like flying, and then it lands on the bushes, and I'm like, if this starts a fire,
This was not my
that would
intention.
be really
This is not my
bad.
intention.
But it was fine. It went away. It was good.
For anybody that is going to do what Jazz just said, please burn it in a bowl.
Inside
the
Or
bowl.
like something.
First.
Yeah, first,
Yeah.
and then let the ash.
Yeah, I
don't burn yourself
fucked
either.
it up.
Have a fire extinguisher handy,
Have a fire
That too.
extinguisher
just in
if you're
case.
setting your intentions.
That too.
It all worked out, okay? It's fine.
You've been having some different mornings lately, though, right? Like you're on like a whole routine.
Yeah. Did I talk about that last week?
I think you touched on it a little bit.
Yeah.
Did she? I don't know.
I don't think
remember.
so. What does your morning routine look like
All
now?
right.
Real quick.
So I wake up at 6 a.m. 6 a.m. to 6:30, depending on how late I went to sleep. And then the first thing I do is like I go to the bathroom, do my like whatever, do my business. And the first thing I do is I go outside and I sit in the patio and I watch the sunrise. And as the sun is rising, I kind of just meditate. I like listen to the environment. I either will do a guided meditation or just like a silent meditation. And I do that until it gets really hot. And then I come back inside. I do some yoga. Sometimes I'll write. So I take my notebook out there and then I'll either write whatever I'm feeling, or I'll like set goals or whatever it is. Whatever I want to write, I'll write. And then I'll go inside and I'll do like 20 minutes of yoga. And then I'll work out. And then I usually bug Harjit.
Yeah.
And that's about the time he's either up and ready to go, or
About
he's
to be
like,
up.
fuck you, don't come into this room.
Doesn't happen like that.
Are you a morning person, Harsh?
I mean, I wake up at like an appropriate time, like 8.
Appropriate. 8. Okay.
8-ish.
That's
pretty good.
That's
Sometimes
really
7.
good.
Yeah, by the
Yeah.
time I'm done everything, it's 8, and then I wake you up.
Yeah, and then I don't really have a routine though, like that.
Right.
Like when I wake up, I do the bed usually, then I do the dishes, then I take Leo out, then I come back and
That's
have
a little
coffee.
routine though.
Yeah, I guess
it's a
little routine.
That sounds
And like
It's a
our
routine.
our
It
routines
doesn't sound
kind
as
of mesh,
impressive as
because like by the time everything's done, we get to have coffee together.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
like that just
I
it just
love
kind of works
that.
out.
That's
Yeah.
dope.
Mm.
I need to get a routine like that, Jazz. It's been on
Me
my list for a
too.
while. The whole
It's been 3
meditating
weeks.
aspect, I love that. That's
What do you
dope.
guys do in the morning? Straight away.
First
First
thing
hour. First hour.
shower,
Yeah.
brush my teeth, do my
Mhm.
bed, reorganize anything that I is dirty from the night before, and then I just get to work.
Jazz actually inspired me. So I've been trying to I use the Calm app
Mhm.
and like do meditations, which has actually been nice because I was a little intimidated with the meditation idea. I was like, okay, 10 minutes sounds so long,
Mhm.
but
Yeah.
then when you're actually doing it and you let go, and then they are basically like, oh, well, good job.
And you're like, what? It's
And
done?
I was like, oh, that was easy. Also,
Yeah.
I've been running in the mornings. That has been like super therapeutic for me too. It's just been really nice. Like getting fresh air and like being outside and in nature. I go running to a park by my house and just like getting my body active.
Right.
I don't know.
Mhm.
There's something about that. I just feel like super grateful, especially when I don't know, I feel like when I'm active, I have this sense of like gratitude, like feeling like my body is able to do what it's supposed to
Yeah.
do.
Doing
I
what
just
it's built to
feel-
do.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. I
Yeah.
just feel like super grateful. for
Yeah,
that.
I know we talked about it a little bit on the last podcast, but what sunlight does for you is
It's so important.
It is,
I
yeah.
was working on a project. I was editing something yesterday, and I hit like a huge creative block. You guys ever have those creative blocks? where
Yeah.
you're just
Every
working
day.
on
All the
something,
time.
you're
all
just
the
like,
time.
what? I don't know what to do with this. What direction to
This is
take? What do I
garbage.
want to
It's
do?
all
It
trash.
sucks. All these shots I had are trash. So I was like, you know what? Went for like a 30-minute walk.
Yep.
Came back after spending like 30 minutes in the sun. I just felt rejuvenated.
Yeah.
Just wrapped the project up,
It's good to get out, man, for sure.
Yeah.
There's certain
Mhm.
things that one of us won't leave the house. Jazz
Yeah.
hasn't left yet.
Yeah.
I mean, I went on the patio, but that's
Yeah,
about it.
that's about it, right?
I haven't like actually left the house. But back in our old apartment, we never got sunlight.
Yeah.
Like now you want to go out and you're
Yeah,
like,
'cause
oh,
you
I
can
want to
see it,
go.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
In the older apartment, it was just like bushes and trees. Obviously, you guys know you were there, but
Even
and then, like, you
Leo's
would leave
happier.
your house at like 6, and
Yeah.
you're like, "Yo, fuck, I missed the sun."
Yeah.
Like
Right.
the sun came and went, and I haven't seen it.
Yeah, because you guys were on the inside of the apartment.
Yeah.
Mm.
We got
right?
no sunlight.
So there's no
Yeah.
sunlight.
No
Now
sun.
you guys are just like right here, and
I
it's
love
literally
It's lit.
screaming into the apartment.
Even for
Facts.
dogs, I've noticed that Leo sits outside in the sun. He like sunbathes, and he's so much happier throughout the day.
Yeah.
I've been taking him for runs whenever Harjit can't take him in the morning for a walk. I'll take him for a run in the morning, and he is dead throughout the
Yeah.
whole day. It's the best thing ever. He just sleeps until his next walk. He's like, "Fuck this,
I'm out.
I'm out."
I'm out this bitch.
So I guess this week we said last week we would talk this week about dating during COVID.
Whoa.
Ooh.
Got two single people here.
Dating during COVID. It's definitely an interesting experience.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you
for
guys
sure.
been on any dates?
I have been on probably 2 dates, I would say.
Like
Since-
out. Okay, so how does that work?
Well, it depends. It also depends like how you meet this person.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's a
Right.
fact.
I think that's one of the most important things. How did you
Yeah.
meet this person?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where are they kind of like, where's their mentality when it comes to like COVID or being out in public
Yeah,
or just
quarantine, being
it
safe.
exactly. It
Yeah.
depends person to person, at least in my case.
Yeah.
So in the cases that I've been, it's more like an outdoor type of
Mhm.
date, I guess, or
Yeah.
just like an outdoor activity where it's like, hey, let's go, let's grab coffee and then let's go for a small hike or let's go for a walk or something like that.
Yeah.
But even still, I don't know. It feels like it's kind of dating on hard mode.
Yeah.
You know?
Because
Yeah.
dating isn't hard enough.
I know. Dating's hard enough as it is, especially Marie. I'm sure you could agree. Like here in LA,
Oh yeah,
it's like
trash.
on a different. It's like on a different realm out here. But
Yeah.
then you throw in a pandemic,
Oh my
I
Oh my
know.
God.
and it's like, what direction do we take? It's almost better. I'm almost at a point where it's like, I'd rather not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Rather not.
I mean, like I see all these like dating website and app ads on TV now where it's like they show people doing Zoom dates
Mm-hmm.
and stuff, which I think is super cute. But I think most people are probably not doing that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that most people are probably like, we have a friend who I don't know how many dates she's been on, but she met people through like an app, whatever app it is.
Like one of the like Hinge, Bumble, or
Yeah.
something,
one of
like
those,
that.
Yeah.
one of those. And like, they were talking for a bit and then they both decided that they were going to go on a date, like an actual date. So I feel like that's probably more common than not.
Mhm.
Mhm.
But for you, Eric, when you said you went on a few dates.
Yeah.
How did you meet these people? And two, who initiated the actual meetup?
I don't remember who initiated the actually meeting up,
Yeah.
but they're like through mutual friends.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Right. So it's kind of like someone I
That's
already
best
had known.
case
Yeah.
scenario.
Mm.
Because I mean, I feel like meeting new people now, it's extremely hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I mean, how are you going to really meet someone new? I mean, everything's closed for the most part.
Yeah.
Mhm.
All the bars are closed. I mean, you might run into someone, you might have like spike up a conversation with
Mhm.
someone, I don't know, at the market or something like that. But even so,
Yeah.
everyone's got a mask on. Everyone's
Yeah,
looking at each
everyone's
other
masked
like,
up,
yo,
yeah.
he's got COVID, she's got
Get the
COVID.
fuck away
Yeah,
from
get
me.
away
Yeah.
from me, 6
Yeah.
feet. You know what I mean? So that human interaction is completely out of the element right now. So that's already kind of difficult. And even if you want to just interact with someone on a platonic level,
Yeah.
right? If you want to date someone or if you want to flirt with someone or whatever, good luck. But
I love it. I'm on no one talking to me anyways.
Yeah.
Oh
I
my
I
know.
God.
like that too.
Don't
honestly.
look at me. Don't talk to me.
Yeah.
Just assume I have COVID. Get away.
Right.
But there are some people who are still doing the approaching or like the
Yeah, of course.
initiation,
For sure.
the initiating of conversation or whatever. Like oh God, I've definitely been in situations where I have a mask on and it's still like someone is staring and I'm like, you don't even really know what I look like. Like, how are you
Right.
just
Yeah,
are you trying to
exactly.
figure it out? I don't
Right.
know. Like this one time, my roommate and I were at a boba shop and
Boba.
we were walking to the boba shop
Mm-hmm.
and this guy was at a restaurant. It was like open seating outdoor, obviously. And he said hi to us and he was like, "Oh, I know you're pretty." And I'm like,
What?
"Oh, okay, thanks."
What a weird thing to say.
I know. And
I know it.
And then he had the nerve to ask me to take my mask down so he could see how pretty I am. And I was
What?
like,
How did he word
What
that?
the fuck?
basically, he's like, "I know you're pretty. Let me see your face. Take your mask on. Let me see." I'm like, he was like, "Prove me right. Prove me right." I'm like,
Oh, that's weird.
"No."
The fuck?
Yeah.
You want me to present myself to you?
right,
Like, what the
like,
fuck? Is this
yeah.
a presentation?
Is this okay, sir? No, absolutely not. I
Want me to
was
open
like,
a PowerPoint for you
I
right
know.
now?
What if you
the
weren't
heck?
I was
cute?
like,
You know? He's
haha,
like, never
no.
mind.
Have a good one, and just went on my way. We go to the boba shop, standing in line. He comes into the boba shop.
Oh man.
Yo,
And
people
it's
have no
like,
chill, man. That's
Listen,
crazy.
No chill. He comes into the boba shop and is like in my face, and I like stepping back like 6 feet, bro. And he's like looking at me, and then he puts his mask on, and same thing, and then he's literally just staring and just like, I'm like, I can't, like, this is really awkward, sir. And I literally have to be like, I have a boyfriend. No, thank you.
Mm.
Just
Right.
That's
you
so
know,
annoying
that
that you
kind of
have to
thing.
say that
I
for
know.
people to like. You gotta be like, "Oh, sorry, I have a boyfriend." That shouldn't be the case. It should just be like, "I'm not interested."
yeah.
What do you
But-
what do you think that is? Like, why are some people that way? Because I've heard these stories like all the time. I have a bunch of cousins who are like all girls and stuff like that, so I hear this all the time.
Mhm.
And you know what? A bunch of family who are girls too and whatnot, and they always tell me the same thing. They're like, people just don't get the hint,
They don't.
and they just continue on and continue on.
So
Yeah.
weird, man.
Well, I
Listen.
think that there's for a long time there has been this idea of like playing hard to get, which is,
Mm.
related to a lot of situations with like toxic masculinity and guys feeling like they have to overpower women because they, will play hard to get, or
Right.
even like situations that lead to Me Too situations, like
Yeah.
girls playing hard to get and guys not taking no for an answer.
Mhm.
But yeah, it's like now that, and I was just saying like I'm not good at lying. So it's hard for me to even say I have a boyfriend because I don't, but that's literally the only thing that is like, okay, well, how long have you been with your boyfriend?
Why? Why does that matter?
such a
Because
stupid question.
they're like, if it's a new relationship, then it's not that serious. If it's a long relationship, then okay, fine, I'll respect it.
Mhm.
But
That's
I
so
don't know,
weird.
it's weird.
Or you can just leave me the fucking alone.
Or you
Yeah.
can bounce.
too.
You just leave. Get your boba and
Some
bounce,
guys
bro.
get your boba and get the fuck out of here.
Legit.
I find it so funny when I get catcalled like outside because I'm like, I'm
Yo,
wearing a mask.
catcalling
You don't
makes
even
no
know what
sense
I
to me,
look
man.
like.
It makes no sense.
it
Like,
makes
what do they
zero
think
sense.
is gonna
So
be the
annoying.
outcome here?
That's what I've thought too. I've
Like,
never
like what? The girl's gonna hop in your whip and then you guys are gonna go and bang? Like, what the fuck's gonna happen? You've been watching too much porn, my guy. That's not gonna happen. What the fuck, man?
No
So
one likes
stupid.
to be catcalled. Oh my gosh, do you remember that one video? I think it was like a
Girl in New
a
York.
BuzzFeed
Girl in New York,
video.
The girl in New York.
camera in her back pocket.
No. It was a
Like,
BuzzFeed
yeah.
video that was actually, yes, I remember that. But I was talking about a BuzzFeed video with I forget her name,
Quinta?
Yes.
Mhm.
Who's Quinta?
She's like popping, but she
Oh,
was in that
Quinta.
video.
I love
Yeah.
Quinta. All right,
She
cool.
was
Bet,
like
bet, bet, bet.
making this funny video about like, like dating nowadays basically. She was like, yeah, I walked past him and he was like, damn, you got a fat ass. And I was like, haha, thanks. And then that's how like they started their relationship or whatever. And it's just like, it's funny because I'm sure there are people that like that, but
Mhm.
also most people don't.
Yeah.
So just don't do it.
Yeah.
I just assume that, first of all, if you're catcalling me, you catcalled every other girl you've seen.
Everyone, because that's probably the case.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then I just already know that I don't even want to like be your friend. You know what I mean? So just go away.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Don't catcall.
I've never understood why people catcall. Similar to what you
Yeah.
were saying. I can't imagine a situation where catcalling goes in the guy's
Way it
favor.
works in your favor.
Yeah.
It makes no sense.
Where it's like, hey, babe, you got like a nice ass or whatever. And she's like, you know what? I do. And
Yeah.
you know what?
Thank you.
Let's go
Yeah.
have sex now.
Yeah.
Do you live
Ew.
nearby? Come on.
So
I
When does that
do-
ever work?
gross.
There have been people who like yell out of their car and they'll be like, "You're beautiful," and I'll just be like, "Thank you,"
Thank
because
you.
I'm like at that point, whatever. Like,
Right.
I think there's a difference between like saying you're pretty and like going about their
yeah,
way
and saying you have
and
a
just
fat
like
ass or
giving
like,
a compliment of like you're pretty, you're beautiful, like just wanted you to know.
Mhm.
That's a completely different energy than
100%.
like hey, or like whistling.
Mhm.
Oh
Yeah,
my
oh, God.
gosh, I will flip someone off so quick.
For whistling?
Yes, don't
Mm.
whistle at me.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's
What do
weird.
I look
Yeah.
like to you?
Yeah.
So disgusting.
You know, I think everything's pretty much like we were talking about earlier. Dating has gone virtual. I feel like because I have a couple,
100%,
I have
yeah.
a couple friends who are on like dating apps and stuff like that, and they've told me that pretty much everything, like if they like even the app is pushing like video calls before
Oh.
meeting up,
Okay, cool.
or just doing everything virtual before actually going out and meeting this person. And I like, you know, it really depends
appreciate
person
that.
to person.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'm sure they're also capitalizing. I can't imagine the influx that dating apps have gotten.
I should
Oh,
have bought
yeah.
a dating
Right.
app
People
stock.
Probably
just
so
swiping
many.
away.
Yeah.
Yes, no, because people
You can't go
have,
out now.
Yeah, people have
Yeah.
been home.
Yeah.
People get lonely. You know, people want someone to talk to. Imagine you got out of a relationship at the beginning of COVID.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? People don't have like a source to put out their stress.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
To go out.
They can't go out. They can't see their friends. They might flock to dating apps. You know,
I've
that's
never been on a
true.
dating app.
Never.
Me neither.
No,
Me neither.
really.
Yeah.
Do you think you will ever?
No.
No.
I'm an old fashioned kind of gal. I just want to meet someone organically.
Yeah.
That's definitely the way. I have some
Yeah.
girl cousins who have gone on dating apps, and they said they don't even last a day.
Yeah.
Like they make it, they get like 40 matches, and they're just like, I can't.
You
Yeah.
can't.
Concentrate
My
on this.
cousin met her fiance on a dating
Okay.
app. though.
Really?
My other cousin met his wife on like a dating website. So it's possible.
Does work.
Mhm.
I think it has to do with intention
Yeah.
for sure.
For sure.
And I think what I will say is, I mean, kind of related to arranged marriages
Yeah.
that you guys spoke on. I think if you are like being genuine with the person that you're putting out there as yourself, and you're like
Mhm.
you're being your true self on this dating app, and you're not like, I don't know, creating a persona type of
Mhm.
profile,
Which does happen.
which does happen,
Yeah,
but
for sure.
but also
I've
if-
gotten DMs where people
Mm.
send me screenshots of me.
Oh
on
my
Tinder.
god, same.
Like me.
People use my
Stop it.
picture
Different
all
name.
the time.
What?
Different name,
Yeah.
different age.
I
but
have
the
seen that
picture
happen,
is of
actually.
me. Yeah.
I have seen that happen.
that's
I-
insane.
It's
Yeah.
nuts.
You know what I've seen? I have a couple of friends who are girls, and they'll like a new Instagram will pop up, right? And they'll follow me, and I'm like, why did my friend make like a new IG? So I'll click on the profile, and it says OnlyFans account just created, blah blah blah. Hit me up, sign up, yada yada. So there's
Wow.
people who are finding other girls on IG, creating like fake persona accounts of them,
Damn.
stealing their images, and then uploading them to OnlyFans so they can make money.
Wow.
It's pretty fucking. It's pretty
That's
wild.
insane.
That's a hustle right
Insane.
there.
That's
Yeah.
It's a
fucked.
fucking hustle.
Get on
Oh
that.
my gosh.
make
What?
make a
If
little
someone
coin.
was using my picture, I would be terrified.
Can you imagine?
Dude, that happens to me all the time.
Jazz has a toe Wikipedia.
Let's not talk about that.
As a what?
It's a foot.
These people are gonna Google it.
Yeah,
now.
I
Yo,
know.
no, it's there.
It's so
What is it?
stupid.
It's pretty much.
It's funny because I was telling somebody about
someone-
this
yeah.
and they updated it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they it's pretty much something to do with Feedopedia or some shit like that.
Feet Wiki or something.
Wiki?
Wait, what do you mean they updated it?
So okay, so Jazz has like so you know how so for Wikipedia
Right.
you can update Wikipedia
Oh, yes,
on
yes.
like whatever you want. So there's this thing called Feet Wiki or something like that where Jazz has a profile that someone made.
Whoa.
Yeah.
And they have gone through all our videos
It's
and
disgusting.
all of her Instagrams and found pictures of her bare feet.
and
And
uploaded them.
clip
Yeah.
just the feet without the rest of Jazz and upload that.
And
onto
this
that
is stuff
page.
that like I've like tried to figure out how to take this down. Like you can't.
Yeah.
No,
and
you
there's
can't.
like
Wow.
there's
You
like
can.
people that have rated
Yeah.
her feet.
People rate my
like
feet.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
I think I might have like
Well, one
3 stars
person-
or
So I was gonna
something.
ask, what's your
I-
rating?
I think it's like a 4. I think that's a solid 4.1.
Someone was like,
God.
okay, it's okay, feet.
Oh
Wow.
my
People
god.
comment and shit.
There's a comment that's just please upload more.
Yeah. I'm like, that's our life with
Oh my
everything.
gosh.
Wow.
What the
What?
fuck? People have some crazy kinks, man.
Yeah,
That's
they
wild.
do.
Yo,
That is
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
crazy.
There's some interesting.
How did you feel when you
accounts.
first found out about that?
I found it.
Oh,
Yeah.
you found
Someone
it.
DM'd it to me.
Wow.
I was like,
I
Jazz
was
gonna love this.
definitely like, what the fuck?
traumatized.
Yeah, I'm still
Aw.
traumatized.
The internet's
Yeah.
wild, eh? It's a
Yeah.
wild place.
Anytime someone tries to steal your persona or just like, you know, who you
Mhm.
are, and they're trying to
Yeah.
like replicate it for like
Yeah.
fame or
Oh my
clout.
god, there was like
So
an
weird.
Instagram. We posted like something on one of our Instagrams, and I think it was a podcast episode.
Mhm.
And somebody commented in the comments, and they're like, "Oh my god, did you guys see her feet at like this timestamp?"
Jazz wasn't wearing socks in this episode.
Yeah.
And she had her legs crossed. And at one point she like picked up her toe a little bit and it was in frame for maybe a second. Maybe a
What?
second. And someone commented,
Yeah.
did you see her toe
Put a time
Yeah.
at that
on it.
moment? The
Yeah.
timestamp there and everything.
Wow.
I was like,
Wow.
"Oh
Yeah,
god."
people fuck with toes heavy, man.
Yeah, people are really
It's
into
a real
toes.
thing.
People like
Yeah.
toes, man.
Anyways, back to Dave.
Yeah.
Let's stop
Back to
talking about
dating.
Jazz's toes.
Stop talking about my feet.
Marie, have you found
There's a guy watching so turned on right now.
Yeah.
for sure?
That was
This is my best podcast.
This is the one. Do more like this.
More feet
Specifically
subject.
from 20 minutes, 22 minutes. To repeat that over and over again.
My God.
Oh man, Maria, I was gonna ask, how about Instagram? Have you found that like you've been getting more people like sliding into the DMs and whatnot since the beginning of
Into those DMs.
COVID and whatnot? I feel like it's
I
always been
feel
a thing.
like, yeah, I think for me, I think it's more so just because I'm now single.
Everyone
I feel
knows.
like I do,
Mhm.
and it's not like I made like an
single post?
announcement or something. I didn't
Yeah.
make a single post because I just feel like ew, and I've definitely seen people do it, and I'm like,
I'm single
ugh.
now.
But I did archive all the photos with me and
That's
my
the
Me and
ex.
Jazz
best
are like
tell sign.
professional knowing when motherfuckers are single.
I always know when
Like
people are
me,
single.
No
me and Jazz
way.
We
know.
have like a sixth sense for it or something.
How do you guys
Well,
know? What's the first sign?
Archive.
The
The
archive.
archive.
Yeah.
The
It's
archive,
a real
immediate
thing.
sign.
It's a real
Immediate.
thing. Yeah. So
Or like some kind of maybe like a emotional tweet quote or some shit
Oh,
like
yeah.
that about something
See,
deep about
I
music
was
quote.
not trying to do
as soon as
that.
someone hits you with like a finding yourself quote, single.
Yep.
Easy.
Yep.
Single.
No, but that's a
Finding
fact.
yourself.
Oh, you're looking for yourself? Single. You're single then.
Or the ones
That's a
where it's
snippet.
like if someone's going to leave, then just let them
Let
go.
them go.
Or like
yes,
or
You're
like
single for sure.
whatever leaves my life wasn't meant for me.
Right.
So it's like, okay, we get it. No, I didn't do any of that, but I did. Well, I did.
But
I
you
archived
did
the
archive,
photos,
yeah.
but I archived the photos literally probably like 3 months after the breakup.
Mhm.
So because I just didn't want questions, and because
Yeah.
I knew.
I hate those questions.
But yeah. So I have been getting more DMs. I think I posted something. I posted like one of those somebody's son and me pictures.
Those are awesome, by the way.
I
Mhm.
love it
Those are fucking
so
dope. Mhm.
much.
Those are a
and I
vibe.
got like a few guys respond to it saying me, LOL, and I'm like, ew.
No.
Actually, no. I just
No.
thought the picture was
No.
cute.
Yeah.
You could take the picture, but it's not you.
But it's
Yeah.
not you.
I'll hire you for the.
Gosh. But funny with your instincts, Jazz definitely knew.
Yeah, it was so weird when Marie broke up. Marie and her boyfriend broke up. For some reason, like you came over, and for some reason, I had this feeling.
Yeah.
And it was before you even came over. I was like, for some reason, that's a weird feeling
Yeah.
that like Marie and her boyfriend broke up. And then I didn't say anything, but then you were like,
I didn't even plan on telling
Yeah.
you. I really didn't. I didn't plan on saying anything, but you just you were like, "What's going on? How are you?"
Yeah.
And I just was like,
Jazz just sucks it out of you. Jazz brings it all out.
She break up?
How's life?
and
Jazz
it's
is
so
psychic.
funny because like I was so surprised that I was right that I didn't even be like, I wasn't even like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I was like,
I knew it.
I was like, holy fuck, I'm psychic.
That's jokes.
Like no empathy whatsoever. Oh my God.
no,
I
you were
fucking
very,
knew it.
very empathetic. Very empathetic.
That's funny. Yeah, even this one time, my friend called me randomly, and he's like, "Yo, you want to just talk about random shit?" I'm like, "Bet." He called me, and Jazz was like, "Yo, they broke up."
They broke up. Yes.
And
I
I'm
knew
like,
it.
I was like,
Damn.
"Cap, no way." They've been dating for like X amount of years, and then I come back out 10 minutes later. I'm like, "Yo, they broke up."
I'm like, I fucking knew it.
I fucking knew
I
it.
always know
I
when people
know.
break up.
That's crazy.
Crazy.
That is crazy.
It's like this weird energy. It's like my weird sixth sense. I don't know. It's like the worst one ever.
It's
Like,
like-
why do I have this?
worst
But-
super.
It's like the
superhero.
least useful superpower. I know when motherfuckers break up.
Yeah.
Yikes.
I know when things aren't going right.
Do you guys have any funny dating stories during COVID? Anything entertaining?
Honestly, I haven't really gone on too many
No.
like dates during COVID. I mean, for the most part, it's just everything is just kind of like through communication. And also, since like my breakup, that's not really been my prerogative.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
trying to
Yeah.
meet or trying to date. Because I already feel like what we were saying earlier, dating's already difficult as it is.
Yeah.
Throw in a pandemic, throw in everything like that. It just makes it more complicated to the
Mhm.
point where I'm just like, hands off.
Yeah.
How
I
do you
feel
want to do
like
it?
I feel like it just has to come.
Yeah.
I feel like the
Mhm.
person just has to come to you, you know?
Yeah. One thing that I think I appreciate about this time as far as dating is concerned, not even necessarily in regards to me, but just I feel I appreciate the creativity that is like forced out of this
Mhm.
time, you know? Like I was talking to a group of friends and we were talking about, you know, what are people doing during this time as far as dating is concerned. And we were talking about Zoom dating or whatever. And one of the guys was like, yeah, like you could easily just, you know, send a Postmates meal to the girl. So it's
Oh
like,
yeah.
you know, we're on a date. I bought your food and like we scheduled a time. We're both having the same meal kind of thing. And I was like, that is actually really cute.
Mhm.
Yeah, I like
Somebody told me
Yeah,
to do
it's
that for they were like, well, cuz right before quarantine, I was in this zone where I wanted to meet people. Like me and you even like went to like we were at that like meeting where we're like, okay, our like job this week is to like contact 10 people and like go
Oh,
meet
yeah,
up with
I
them or
remember that.
whatever. And oh, it was Tyler from class. My acting coach was like, if you want to meet someone, especially like an agent or or like a director, you want to pick somebody's brain, ask them if you can Postmate them a coffee,
That's cute.
and then it's like you're having coffee with them.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's actually really nice.
Even like for Harjit and I feel like we needed to go on a date. We were like, we're stuck in this box, you know?
This little apartment.
No, but that's so real because it's
Mhm.
also like I think I heard something on the radio actually on in my Uber here. It was saying that like since COVID and like quarantine, divorce rates have skyrocketed.
true. Okay.
I can see
And
that.
like obviously I know a lot of people from experience and also just like a lot of people in general that have broken up during this
Mhm.
time.
Yes.
And I do think that quarantine probably has a lot to do with it. I think during this time there are just like a lot of stresses that
Yeah.
in general,
That
you
come
know,
out.
like dealing with a pandemic,
Mhm.
financial difficulties,
Oh, yeah.
like
Losing jobs.
losing jobs,
Right.
being in a space together 24 hours a
Yeah.
day when you never had to do that before.
Yeah, if you really think about it, a lot of couples will work like 9 to 5.
Yeah.
Yep. Most.
So you don't see your significant other for most of the day.
Most of the day.
You see them at night, and then also during that time, you're
Yeah.
like making dinner,
Yeah.
or you're like
doing other things.
doing
or
other
sleeping.
things,
Or
or
at
you're
the
going out with
gym.
friends.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
You
You're-
can't even go to the gym or do
Yeah.
anything like that.
Yeah. So I feel like that's important. Remembering to like still date your partner is
Yep.
very important.
I used to work in a heavy office environment
Mhm.
where, you know, like you were saying, like a 9 to 5, finance shop, cubicles, offices, all that type of jazz. And, you know, these people see each other every day, Monday through Friday, sometimes more than they see their significant other.
Exactly.
100%.
Right?
Yeah.
So you build
So
relationships
who are you dating?
with
Who-
people at work.
Exactly.
Right.
Who
Who are you
actually
actually
dating?
dating?
Exactly. And I would see it like walking around like the office and whatnot. You see guys and girls hanging around each
Mhm.
other, going on walks, going on break, going to lunch all the
Mhm.
time. And homie has a girlfriend.
Yeah.
Homie has a wife. Homie has
Mhm.
kids at home, but he's spending all his time with this girl
His
at the
work
office.
bae.
Yeah.
His work bae.
The work. Oh,
100%.
Work bay.
And maybe
I like
he
that.
and I know in a lot of cases back when I used to work at the spot, you know, because people talk,
Mm.
you know, in these types of environments. Maybe this person isn't so happy at home, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Now
Yeah.
that everyone got sent back home, because I still talk to people back
Yeah.
at that office, now they're just spending all their time with their real significant other while their work bay is back at home.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? And then what if homie doesn't want to be with the girl anymore because he misses, work bay?
Yeah.
I just feel like that's
Right.
kind of being like duplicated all over the place right now. People are breaking up.
Definitely.
Mhm.
I think we're a little lucky because like we
I'm really pre-prepped for that.
we've been prepping for this for 5 years.
Yeah, we got that.
We work
easy.
together. We go to the
Nothing
gym together.
changed. Nothing
We
has
like
changed.
have the same friends.
We watch the
um,
same TV shows. It's
yeah.
lit. It's lit.
There's never a moment where we're not together, so this was easy for us. But I did miss like going out.
Yeah,
and
but
just,
we
like,
started to do that a lot
yeah.
more recently, which has been good.
Yeah, like the other day we went out for dinner, and we went down the street, and there's a restaurant, and they closed down the street, and they had like just tables outside.
Yeah.
And it felt like we were in
So
Europe
cute.
because that's what they do in Europe. They just
Yeah.
have like tables outside. And we sat like at the back corner. But it was nice to just go out,
It was
have
a vibe.
someone serve us food.
Yeah.
It was just like I miss that.
Have an
Mm.
experience.
Yeah.
For sure. I think that's really important. Even if like even before we could go out to restaurants and like you said, Eric, like going outside or like
Mhm.
doing some type of outdoorsy thing. I feel like that's still a date, you know,
Mhm.
like
Mhm.
I would love to go on I love picnics even before COVID. So, you know,
True.
if someone was like, let's go on a picnic, I'd be like, okay, cute. Like, are you going to do the whole thing?
Yeah.
Please do the whole thing.
Mhm.
I want a picnic basket. I want
Everything.
Yeah, I was gonna say for any guys listening out there, if you're gonna take a girl on a date, make sure you set that shit up A to Z. Don't
Yeah.
ask
Talk
the
about
girl
it.
what she wants to do. You
Mhm.
handle that shit. You put that shit together. I guarantee it's gonna work in your favor.
whoever asks the other person to go on
On
a
the
date,
date.
Yeah.
they should have it planned. I just feel
Yeah.
like
Mhm.
that's just what you should do. I feel like it just shows how serious you are if you really do
Mhm.
like this person.
I have a rebuttal for that because
Ooh.
Mm.
because looking back on it, I don't think you've really ever organized,
I'm not really a planner.
but that's because that's who you are.
Mhm.
yeah.
And
Works.
I'm also such a planner.
Mhm.
Like I
Mm.
love planning things.
Mhm, mhm.
And so
That's Jazz's shit. She loves it. She loves
I'm
it.
okay with that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Like I'm okay with being like, cool, like we're gonna do this and this and this and this and this. Like, is there anything else you want to do? Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm always like, yeah.
Yeah. He's like, whatever.
Let's do
Like
it.
there hasn't been there. Like I would love that, but like also at the same time, I'm not mad. You know
Right.
what I mean?
Yeah.
And so
of
I
course.
think it's okay. Like I think there's like these standards where people are like, oh, you know, you have to like, if you're the guy, you have to like wine and dine your girl
Yeah,
and
yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
whatever. And
Mm.
there's like all these standards, but like what if they're not that type of person?
Yeah,
That's a
no,
good point.
that's a really good point. I think that it ultimately comes down to like who you connect with well and what's a right fit. And back to, you know, these relationships where people being married or living together and it not working out. I think like you said, you guys were already set up for success. You already
Mhm.
had a foundation to where you guys had a system that worked for you.
Yeah.
I feel like in these relationships that didn't work out, they probably didn't have that. You know,
Yeah.
like someone was probably compromising. I know in my past relationship, I think we were both compromising, which ultimately you compromise in relationships.
Yeah, of course.
Period, people. But I'm saying like compromising too much of yourself to where it's like,
You don't
okay,
feel
this
like
isn't-
yourself.
You don't feel like yourself,
Right.
and this just isn't really working if I'm honest
Yeah.
with myself.
Mm.
And then that ultimately leads to the destruction of the relationship.
Yeah.
But when it comes to like that kind of stuff that Jazz was talking about, I think that, yeah, it's okay. If you're the type of person that like does not need that or is like, you would rather have like more of a collaborative type of dating experience. Like one
Mhm.
person is like, hey, what do you want to do? And the other person gives an idea and the other person, like you plan it together, or one
Mhm.
person loves planning, so they plan it. I don't know, whatever the case is, but you both like that type of dynamic, then that's when it'll
Yeah.
work.
I think
you know
it's
what I
Good
mean?
important
point.
to be honest.
For
Like,
sure.
like if somebody was like, hey, what do you want to do? And I'm like, hey, you know, and a lot of people are not comfortable with saying this, but just be like, hey, like I would love it if you just surprised me.
Yeah.
And you
Mhm.
just, you know, took that effort and you just planned out a date night for me.
Yeah.
Like if you just say that to somebody, it means so much to the other person.
Yeah.
Instead of just being like to your girlfriends or like whatever, being like, you know, my guy like doesn't do this for me. Like he never plans anything. He's the worst. Did you tell him?
Yeah. That's
You
You know
the
what I
thing.
mean?
You have to be honest.
That's a great point.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of like shitting on someone, but not really giving the full side of the story.
They
Exactly,
have no
yeah.
idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Facts.
How are you supposed to know? If you're
I
not
see
mentioning
so
it?
many couples break up because of that reason. And I'm just like, well, were you open and honest with them? Did you tell them that that's what you needed and that's what you wanted? And they're usually like, no, well, he should know or she
You
should
should
know.
know.
Oh,
It's like,
yeah,
well, or
that's-
not.
that's the answer.
They should
No.
know.
They should know. We've been together for 5 years. You should know, right? Something
No,
like that.
They don't
not that-
know.
They don't
They
know.
don't know. You haven't brought it up for 5
No
years.
one
Yeah.
is a psychic. Well, no one is a mind reader.
Right.
Don't
Mhm.
assume people can read your mind. You just have to communicate and be honest.
Yeah, you have to be honest.
Yeah, I think so. I am the type of person who likes to go on dates and would like for my partner to plan whatever the
Mhm.
date is.
So if you're listening,
and And my ex he did not plan anything.
Yeah.
He didn't plan anything.
He didn't know. He just didn't like to do that kind of stuff. Like he didn't like to plan. If I'm like, I want to go on a date, he's like, okay, where? Like I have to tell him, you know?
Okay.
And I kind of where I was compromising was I just was like, it's okay. Like I'll just tell him, even though it did bother me that because I did want him to do a little bit more, put forth a little bit more effort in the planning, but he just wasn't that person. And that's okay. I think ultimately, like, you know, people are who they are, and it's okay. Like it's okay if it doesn't work out.
Yes. That's a reoccurring theme in our podcast. It's okay if it doesn't work out. It's okay to break up with somebody.
It's also a really good reminder, though.
Yeah.
No, seriously. So something that I've learned literally within the past weekends, or
past couple
weeks,
days.
Ooh, week.
past couple of however many days is I remember when I was younger and my grandparents, my grandma, and like my mom and aunties or whatever would talk about how, you know, sometimes love isn't enough and like things just don't work out all the time. And I just found that so devastating. Or like the movie The Breakup, like that movie with Jennifer Aniston and
what's his name?
I forget his name.
I
That's such a
forget.
good movie.
Anyway, The Breakup. It's a great movie,
Yeah.
but I was so sad because at the end, so they have this relationship for years, and then at the end, they end up like having a blowout and breaking up because they ultimately wanted different things, and then they at the end of the movie, sorry, spoiler alert, at the end of the movie, they see each other on the street, and that's it. They have a conversation, and then that's it.
It's chill.
Yeah.
And it was just like, it was real life.
He doesn't like that movie. He's like, I don't
Clearly.
agree with
Like,
us.
I was sad. He was sad
They
too.
should have stayed together, right, Leo?
I was like, are they gonna get back together? And they didn't. It was just, and I was like, wow, that's real life. And something that I guess realize is like, yeah, you can love someone and it just not work out, and that's okay.
And sometimes you can't explain why it didn't work out.
Yeah.
It
right?
just
Like,
is.
Yeah, it just is. People try and always rationalize or try and like explain it away.
Yep.
Like, oh, it's because of this, because of that, because of this. Sometimes there's no fucking explanation.
Exactly.
Sometimes as much as you try and think about it, you don't really know what exactly happened, especially if it was a long-term relationship. Because there's so many little things that just compound.
Yeah.
And then by the end of it, you're just like, I don't even know what happened.
Yeah.
I don't even know what happened. So when people are asking you, it's just like, dude, I don't know what to tell you. Compatibility, love language, I don't know. It's kind of what I rationalize it to.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But yeah,
Yeah.
like you were saying, you know, but it's okay at the same time if it doesn't work out.
Yeah.
It is okay.
Yep.
Me and Harjit also went to the beach the other day, which was nice.
It was lit.
That's cute. We had a beach date.
Jazz
Yeah.
fell on her face.
Thought we weren't gonna talk about that.
We're gonna talk about it. There were these kids in front of us. They're having a
Camp
little
Awesome.
Camp Awesome. And Jazz fell right in front of them. I'm like, Jazz, you're fucking embarrassing me in front of Camp Awesome right now.
I
The
can't.
fuck is this?
No, it was nice. We went to go get food.
We went to get like an acai bowl. That was the plan.
That was a plan. And then we were gonna come back, but then the beach was like right there. And I'm like, can we just go sit by the water? And
What
then,
beach? Do you remember?
Playa del Rey.
Playa del Rey.
yeah.
Oh, okay. So you guys are way down there. Nice.
And then we just sat and we ate our bowl and we just like watched these kids play with the water. We watched these birds. Oh my God, they were
It
so,
was
cute. So they were these like baby birds. I don't know what kind of birds they were, but they were like, they would go and run into the water. And then as soon as they saw a wave or like the water was coming towards them, they would like run back. And it was like the cutest thing. I'm like, this is what humans do. It's so weird that they're
Yeah.
doing this.
They were thirsty.
Yeah.
So
Aw.
like when there was like a thin layer of water, they would go
Mhm.
to that point and start drinking. And as soon as the big one came, they're like, "All right, we're out."
We're
out of
And they
this
all
bitch.
knew at the same time.
Yeah.
So
Wow.
no one got caught in the water.
Yeah.
I'm just sick of that. I always get caught in the water.
Are you a swimmer, Harj?
No, I'm not
I
swimming.
just know to
Me
swim.
neither.
What?
Me neither.
No way.
I go all the way up until if it feels dangerous. and then I just stay there.
You gotta be careful. You
Same.
gotta be careful with those beach waves, man. They'll pull you
Mhm.
out. That current's strong.
I
Yeah,
love getting
it's
like
the
slapped
fact.
in the face by a wave though. It's my favorite
Yeah.
thing. I don't know why.
Wind knocked
It's your
out.
favorite thing.
I love it. It's my favorite thing.
Honestly, it's his
I'm
favorite
actually
thing.
there. I'm like laughing. I'm like dying of laughter while I'm getting smacked up.
Whenever we go on
I don't know
vacation,
why.
he's like, "Can we go to the beach? Can we go to the beach? Let's go to the beach."
The one time I was laughing for
Fuck the
10
pool,
minutes
let's go to the
straight.
beach.
Let's go to the beach. Let's go to the beach. The pool's boring. The water's
Yeah.
not moving.
I'm like,
Water's
the
not moving.
alcohol is where the pool is, and he's like, "No, let's get
Fuck the alcohol.
splashed."
Bring it.
Oh my
I tried
God.
teaching you how to swim.
We
I
tried for
did
like
it.
hours.
Yeah, I like lifted him up and like try to get him to float.
Well, you're not
And
gonna learn
They
in
were like
hours.
strangers.
Yeah.
They're like strangers coming in and trying to teach me tricks. I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm trying, man. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe we were
Sure.
drunk.
My
Maybe.
mom, when I was like probably 5 years old,
Uh-huh.
my mom, the way she taught me how to swim was she took me to the pool, the wave pool. And do you guys know what a wave pool is?
Mhm.
Yeah, she took me to the wave pool, took me to the deep end,
Threw you in.
threw me in, let me
Yeah.
go. And I was like, ah.
If she-
And then I like somehow learned how to swim.
Yeah.
And then I took swimming lessons and stuff. But it was just like, that was my first experience in water, was like her just throwing me into the water.
Yeah.
No, but that's so interesting because I feel like that's most people's stories
Yeah.
of
Yeah.
learning how to swim. But it was like at such a young age that
You naturally know how to
you-
swim.
you naturally know. But I also think like that fear instinct isn't so like set
Yeah,
yet. I
yeah.
think like as an adult, they're
You're already stressed about dying. So
yeah.
you're not thinking about like slowly.
Yeah.
You're like frantically just waving your fucking hands, trying
Yeah.
not to
That's a
die.
good point. The
You know?
I
anxiety
think
kicks
kids are just more inclined to just be like, okay, let me figure this out.
in. Right.
And
Mhm.
you know, as you get older, all these other thoughts come into your brain. I
Right.
know someone. This is a really sad story, but I know someone or a friend of someone's who died from drowning, but they could have easily. It was like in a shallow end, and they could have stood up,
Oh my God.
but they were
Oh.
so afraid of
Whoa.
of like drowning that is
Damn.
how they
They
drowned. They
panicked.
panicked.
That's
And
crazy.
people were telling him like stand up, but he was like I'm drowning and then drowned. That's just so sad.
That's
That's
so
crazy.
sad.
That's
Yeah.
fucked.
But that just goes to show like the mind is a very powerful
Mhm.
thing.
Did you guys take in that were brought up like dogs? So like our parents teach us by good versus bad,
Mhm.
Yes.
and
Yes.
then for good things we get treats,
Rewarded.
and for
Yeah.
bad
Mhm.
things we get punished,
Yeah.
just like a puppy.
Yeah.
It's kind of funny, right?
Mhm.
I was randomly thinking about that. We're all a bunch of dogs.
Oh no.
Part of my therapy homework this week is not judging things as good and bad.
Mhm.
So teaching myself how to not put judgment into anything.
Mm.
yeah.
Like there isn't a good and bad, and that's a societal thing.
Yeah, for sure.
And that you should know deep down how you feel about something, and you shouldn't categorize them in any sort of category.
Mhm, mhm,
It's
mhm.
like how people give themselves names, or they put themselves into some sort of category. Like
Mhm,
that shouldn't exist.
mhm.
So that's part of my homework this week, is just like teach myself otherwise.
People love
Yeah.
categorizing things.
Yeah.
It helps them explain things that they don't understand.
Yeah.
That's a fact.
Yeah.
Right? That's
Yeah.
easy. Like, oh, this belongs here because it fits into like your worldview or whatever.
Mhm.
But like you were saying, I feel like the less you judge people or judge yourself,
Mhm.
the more at peace you'll definitely be.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So I think that's super important. I've been
Yeah.
trying to do that too, is just not judge anything or
Yeah,
anyone.
judgment is so. I actually had
Yeah.
to delete Instagram because there were people that were making me judge them, and I'm like, I
Mm.
can't look at this. Like this is backwards of what I want to be. So I
Right.
had to stop.
Or is that good practice? Because they weren't
Ooh.
making you judge them.
Yeah,
Your
I was
brain
just
was
automatically judging them.
judging
yeah.
them. Yeah.
At least you're able to catch yourself.
That's
Yeah.
the thing. Yeah, I'm
Right?
definitely able to catch myself.
Yeah.
Which is good.
I think that idea of it is what it is what helped me through my breakup, honestly. And that's
Mhm.
something that I just kept saying, like,
It is
it
what
just
it is.
is what it is, you
Yeah,
know?
what it is.
Like I can't you can't do this anymore. I can't do this anymore. Like, it just is what it is. And I accept it. I think,
Mhm.
that's probably also why we are still friends.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's important.
It is. It is. And I told one of my girlfriends, she was like, I didn't know you guys broke up, blah, blah, blah. She was like, what happened? Like, how is it? How are you guys? Have you spoke to him? And I was like, yeah, we're friends. And she's like, oh, you're one of those. And I was like, yes, I am one of those.
You're one of those ones.
She's like, I don't do friends with my exes. And I'm like, I mean, if you can look at them, if you can separate the idea of like this person was mine or is mine, and you just like see them as a person, then yeah, you can be friends with them.
Yeah.
Mm.
Because ultimately they were themselves before you and they'll
True.
be themselves without you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've found people in
100%.
both camps who can be friends with their exes and who can't.
Yeah.
And they're very staunch.
I would
in
love
this
to be
camp.
friends with my exes, but I've always had a problem where either the next person I start dating is uncomfortable with that,
Mm.
or they're just not comfortable with me dating somebody else,
Mm-hmm.
and they're like,
I see.
yeah.
Out of sight, out of mind.
I think. Wait, how long are we talking for? 54 minutes. What the fuck?
Whoa.
We
Damn.
always go super
Jesus.
long.
I can tell when we're about to be done. It's because it's like my bladder is about to explode.
I need to take a
Okay,
huge
fair
enough.
leap.
That's when I know that we've been talking
Huge.
for around an hour.
Yeah. All right
That's-
then. That's episode 28.
Yeah.
28.
Mhm.
Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you guys subscribe and follow and
All that good stuff.
like and all that
Do
stuff.
what you want to do, man. You know.
Yeah.
Or don't.
Or
Don't do
Yeah,
what you
or
wanna do.
don't.
Yeah.
But it's neither good or bad. Whatever you do. Dude.
Anything you do isn't good or bad.
All right.
Also, what's poppin'?
Also, what's poppin'?
What's poppin'?
Hi, y'all. Take it easy. Much
Bye,
love.
guys.
Peace out. Peace out.
Peace out.